See, there's an obvious answer to this that those of you or me, if I want to be testing AI based products or I want to apply AI to testing, which I certainly want to, then whatever are the related technologies, we need to learn that. Earlier, it was tougher because the moment somebody mentioned AI, the version in mind used to be models
Yeah,
and this training and that logic and something. But of late, if you see, chat gpt has changed a lot in that direction, that people have started talking of prompt engineering. I
correct,
firmly believe that this is not really a skill. It should go away. If we are really doing AI machine learning right, then prompt engineering is a tool's skill, not yours. So if you're building a tool, you would write, it's a framework design, right? So you
correct,
layer, so chat gpt treat it as a raw tool which accepts, let's say, raw prompts. So you can always write layers on top of it and then filter the responses, do some probabilistic things on top of it and build a tool. So those who work on such tools, let's say how to use chat gpt for test design, you want to create a tool with that. Yeah, these people would need to learn prompt engineering properly, how to interact, because right now that is the interface with these LLMs. But then the users of the tool, why would they care? They don't need to. Yeah. So I don't think so. Prompt engineering would and should remain a skill for majority of testers. Today, the noise is there. I hope and I wish that if you're doing it right, this noise should die down. You should think of it like how many people in your organization know framework design versus how many of you do test automation.
correct.
I remember one company where 10 people were framework designers and 390 testers were using that framework to do test automation. So if I have to draw a parallel, in the same world, 10 engineers are the people who need to be very good at prompt engineering, and 390 people, the bulk of the organization of testing, doesn't need to, because otherwise, what are these 10 people doing? Yeah.
Doing correct.
That's how I see that it's interesting to explore, but not a critical skill to build in the long run. Right now, if
Mm.
you want to explore, it's good. It helps.
Yeah,
Always learning the, if even if you're not doing framework designing, learning coding, design patterns helps, but is not critical. Yeah. So that's part one. Part two is so this year I've been talking about back to basics. Yeah. All my talks, even this conversation for me is that. So if you want to survive, and I am on that path, so it's not something I'm just telling you, this is something I am doing for last 2 years, is going back to basics, because there would be many loopholes and gaps which the AI as applied to testing is going to leave. I'm already finding them. I'm advising one of the AI companies now, who are designing such tool. I already found multiple bugs. I've informed them, they're fixing them, right? Going back to basics, which means that if you pick boundary value analysis, go beyond that minus plus delta thing. It's a deeper technique. Go deep,
correct,
because AI won't. AI won't, because who are building these AI solutions? They don't know testing. Remember that.
correct.
You might see a contradiction to my previous stuff, which I said so far, because both of these are the truths. The people who know AI are not testers.
Not
So
testers.
they,
That is true.
so they are building tools to please the CTOs. That's the selling audience, right? So they are doing cheap testing work. So how do we survive? We take the deeper path. And deeper is not advanced. You have to learn some new tech. Learn
Mm.
what is the core of testing, but go deeper.
Mm.
Equivalence class partitioning, state transitioning, classification trees. Learn core of techniques properly and apply them. Not this is not a study to clear an interview. Yeah. How to apply systematic test design techniques, learn exploration properly. There is a lot of literature available around these things. There's work by James Barr, Kem Kenner, Michael Bolton. On the other side, there is a book called Testing Object-Oriented Systems by Robert Binder. That's a great book. On the unit testing side, we have great books. In security, of course, we have wonderful literature. Performance engineering, we have wonderful literature. So go deep, pick a few things And the first thing to go deep is the foundations. I firmly believe in that. So the subject which I picked up for me, I'm already working on it for 6 months, is sampling. That's what I'm studying now after 20 years. Because I believe that AI will not handle sampling properly. Sampling is basically the test inputs which you choose. There are gaps and gaps and gaps which you're going to find. So if you as a tester, you would want to do more than what AI does.
Correct.
So the basic things would be very easily covered with AI and at scale. So what is the value we bring to the table?
Hmm.
What AI cannot do. So, and slowly, you would find it is sort of a race. That's how I picture it in my mind. That then AI further improves. It is able to model some of more things naturally.
More things naturally.
So we go further deeper. We find those loopholes. So there are two views. One view is that AI is the assistant to a human, right? The other view is the human is the assistant to the AI. In both these models, you need to know deeper. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So I'm counting on this. If I'm wrong, then you see I'm terribly wrong. And I would mess myself up, first of all, as a tester for next 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I'm counting on this. I'm investing my own time on this thought that learn the basics. So I'm picking up testing books right from the beginning and studying them and trying to make
Wow.
sense of it.